Hello 11th class. This is your chapter 8 conditional and iterative statements and lecture number 4. So in the previous class we had learned about loops, nested loop and infinite loop. In this class we will learn first we have to discuss the homework solution of your previous class, then we will proceed further. So question number 1 says convert the following while loop into the for loop. Here is the code. In this 5 is the initial statement, then while is the condition, and then it will print x plus 10, and this is the counter that will increase the value of x by 2. So here is your code. So that this x in range, 5 is the initial value, 10 is the last one, and 2 is the step value. And it will print then x plus 10. This is your code. Now question number 2, convert the following for loop into the while loop. So here this is the start condition, this is the stop one, and this is the step value. And here is the code. This k is equal to 10. Now while k less than 20, then print k and k plus equal to 5. This is question number 2. Now question number 3. You have to write a program to accept a number from user and print the table of that number. You have to ask a number from the user and print a table accordingly. So here this x is equal to input enter a number. Ask the user to enter a number. Then I is equal to 1. Then while I less than equal to 10. Okay. Now print x multiply by I is equal to x multiply by I, and the value of I get increased by 1. So the constant value is x, so it will just remain same, and the y value is updated, so it will update the value by 1. Question number 4 is write a program to print the Fibonacci series up to a certain limit. So what is the Fibonacci series? The Fibonacci series is that you have to add the previous two numbers, so that a new number will get generated. For example, first number will become 0, second number is 1. Now you have to add these numbers. So what is the third number? That is again 1. Now again add these two numbers. So what is the next value? That is 2. Again add these two numbers. That is 2 plus 1. That is, it will become 3 now. So you have to enter 3. Now next is next number is 3 plus 2, that is 5. This is your program. So here I is equal to input enter a limit. So from where you want to enter the number. So what is the limit? Now x value will become 1. Now value will become y value will become y, and z value will become 1. It has entered 3 value, that is 0, 1, 1. Now print Fibonacci series. So how will you get this fourth value? By adding y plus z. Okay. So now you have to use the while loop, so that it will check the condition that while a will become while z is less than equal to I. Okay. And then print z and space. Now when the value of z will become less than I, then it will print z. Now here I have used the swapping logic. This x is equal to y, then y will become z, and then z equal to x plus y. Okay. So this is the code for your Fibonacci series. Now today's class topic is, first we will discuss jump statements. In jump statement you have 3 parts, that is break statement, continue statement and pass statement. And based on this statement I will just tell you the program. So the first one is the jump statement. So jump statement in Python are used to alter the flow of a loop, like you want to skip a part of a loop or terminate a loop. So the looping allows a user to program, and it repeats the task efficiently. But in some situation, when some particular condition occur, so the user want to exit a loop or just come out of the loop, so it will just skip some statement of the loop and just continuing further in the loop. So these requirements can be taken by the jump statement, and there are three jump statements, that is break, continue and pass. So the first one is a break statement. So break statement in Python is used to terminate the loop. It will just terminate the loop after the break statement. Whatever the value in the loop, it will not just run that code, or the compiler will not go with that code, okay, after the break statement. So after break statement, controls goes to next line, that pointing after the loop body. So whatever the line after the loop, it will just go to that line. If a break statement is inside a nested loop, then it will terminate the innermost loop first and then continue the outer loop. So here is the example, that this break statement in Python that is used to terminate the loop. Here is the code, that for I in range 10, now print I, it will print the value of I, then I is equal to 7. If this value will become true, then it will just print the break, and the break will terminate the loop directly. Now next is, that is after break statement, control goes to next line pointing after the loop body. So this for I in range, it will run 0 to 9. Now print I, it will just print all the value. So when it will print the value 1, then if I is equal to 7, it is not true, then print before break, then it will not print this block. Okay, this complete block will not be part of this is if statement. So when this condition, this print I, then when the all the condition will check, then it is just come out of the loop and just print the message out of the loop body. Okay, so this inside loop body, any code after the break statement will not execute. So this is the break statement. After this print line is written there, so it will not print this line, it will terminate the loop from here only. So this is the second example. Third example, if a break statement is inside a nested loop, so it will terminate the innermost loop first and then continue the outer loop. So you have to print a table from 2 to 5 and each table up to 5 iteration only. So how will you write the code? So for I in range, that is 2 to 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5 will print. Now print table of I. First it will take the value 2. Now for j in range, it is a nested loop and it is inner loop. This one, j is the inner loop and I is the outer loop. Now for I, j is equal to 1 to 10. Now print I multiply by j, and if j is equal to 5, when the value of j will become 5, then it will break the loop. It will not print any other statement. Now next is your continue. So this continue statement in Python that is used to skip all the remaining statements in the loop and move controls back to the top of the loop. So in this, what it will do, it will just first just see the loop for I in range 6. So it will run the loop 0 to 5. Now for I is equal to 3, when the value of I will become 3, then it will continue. Because it is saying that continue statement in Python is used to skip all the remaining statements in the loop. So when this condition skip continue will there, so it will skip all the remaining statement and in the loop and move control back to top of the loop. Again the loop will go there. Okay, so this is the continue loop. In this, when a continue statement is encountered, the control jumps to the beginning of the loop for next iteration, thus skipping the execution of statement inside the body of the loop for the current iteration. Okay, so this is your continue statement. So we have to run a simple program in Python by using continue. So for this val in a variable that is string. Now if val is equal to I, when it will become I, then continue. Then it will print well. Okay, and then you have to print the message that is over. Now you have to just run it. That strng, it will not print the value I. Why it will not print? Because when the value of I will become value, then when the this val variable has the value I, then it will check that I is equal to I. Yes, then it is continue the loop. It will not come on this line. That's why this I value will not print it. Okay, this I value will be skipped. So it will just take the next iteration, that is n. Then it will check, no, it is not true. Then it will print this val. Okay, I hope it is clear now. Now next is your pass statement. So pass statement is very simple, that the pass statement, that is a null operation, that nothing happens when it executes. So this pass is also useful in places where your code will eventually go but has not been written yet. Now you have to just see the code. For example, this 4. For example, this s variable hold a string in this Python is written, that is t, then h, then o, then n. This is the string. Okay, it is a list now. So you have to run the for val in s. Now it will just pass the statement, it will not print anything. So when you run it, then it will not show you anything. Okay, so it will just pass the statement. So what happens if you write print inside the loop print val? What it will print? Just check. It will just print the value Python. Okay, because this pass will pass the value, it will just not print anything. Okay, so this is the program for your pass value. Now next is your homework. So your chapter is over now. You have to revise your classwork and you have to make notes and just try to write these programs on Python ideally, and just do practice. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.